Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Switch! Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! All right, here we go. Green, 39! Green!
The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Mike's 47!
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. Airing one out for Crowder. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Barney! Barney! Here we go now. Blue 90!
The first carry now for Alex Collins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Leopard!
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Space to run past the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. They pitch it out to Collins. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. You felt that one. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check. Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Ty Montgomery taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his first pass is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. 14 moving. 14's moving.
They'll drop to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Check. Fresno.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going for and this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
Double tight. All right, here we go. 319. Switch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Detroit! 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They go play action with Jackson. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal.
Odd. 5 down. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. He's checking. Crash. Over.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Hey, boys, we got full set. Blue 90. Watch edge. 36.
They get it to him running left. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Detroit! Gun! All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And McManus able to put it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Over, over, over! Motion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. On the catch, it's Crowder. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Take four. Over. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Airing one out for Crowder. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. So the Broncos coming out now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 points?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Gun!
Right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
Gun! 3 down. Watch him now, Barney. Slam. Check 59.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
Right back to him on 1st down. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down, 4 down. Over. Jam.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Lucky 56. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in. Under 10. Watch you now, Barney. 57's the mic.
He'll drop to throw. Caught left side, Williams. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back to Denver right after this.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Guys, check me out. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Switch gears.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Watch tight end. Tight right. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Check 31. 49. Check 49. All right, now, lucky 56. Strip the ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Double tight. We got 4.
He's going to get it running right. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Here we go now. 3:19. 3:19. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Now they'll run on the draw. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, he'll definitely take them.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And McManus able to put it through. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Zadarius Smith. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Over!
On play action, they'll throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watch number 5.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, watch number
Gun!
Watch the curl. Watch the
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And the blitz does come. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3 down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And coming out now, the Broncos. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Hey, check Mike 56.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now here come the Ravens. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Watch him now, Barney!
They pitch it out to Montgomery. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Collins. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Barney!
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Come on, D.
Hot!
Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go. Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
Detroit! Detroit!
3 down. 3 down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
That's it.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Tight end's right.
Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey. We got got three. We got three. Three down.
Over!
Check.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Broncos on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, we got three down.
They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Detroit! Set! Green, 39! Green!
They go play action here on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
3 down. Hey!
Gun! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
Check.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's going to fire one. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards.
All right, now, Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Kill. Turn up.
No. Check. Patriot.
Check now.
Watch him now, Barney.
Motion.
On second down, Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Gun!
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Pierce. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Right there, all day, baby.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Tight right.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Detroit!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Detroit!
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
4 down. Check.
Over!
That one looks like he'll throw here. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. 3 down.
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
Alert. 3 down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The Broncos on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Leopard!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. One last shot for Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And partner, this